happens. One is the term fear, right? Fear. So you either face everything and run, or you face everything and rise, right? So fear is an intangible or tangible object or situation that gets in the way of something that you really want to do, okay? So fear is one thing to remember. Then there's another word, it's called the word confidence. Confidence is the power within yourself to do something bigger or better than what you've already done, right? But those two words battle each other out every single day because of self-doubt, because of what other people may say, because of how society reacts. And so those are things we face, but we don't get to always meet our goals, okay? So let me begin by telling you a story about a young girl, me, who lived in fear, but learned how to develop into the confident woman I am today. So go to the next one for me. Okay, so a little bit about me. So I was born with a physical disability. It's called arthrogryposis multiplex congenita. There'll be a quiz afterward. Please do this. I wouldn't do that to you. It is a, unfortunately, non-known why it happens disability. My mom was too small when she had me, and I wasn't able to move and wiggle and kick like a baby could when I was inside. So I'm missing muscles, joints, or they're fused together. So that's about it. That's how it happens. Each one of us who has it, 1 in 30,000 are born with it. And we're all completely different, but the only thing we have is matching hands. So if you ever see anybody with the really cool hands, because y'all hands are weird and my hands are cool, you know we have all the same thing. I'm just kidding. I like to make a lot of jokes. If you guys don't laugh at my jokes, I'll laugh at my jokes myself. Let's just put that out there. Okay. So as I was growing up with a disability, my parents said, Sarah's got to be absolutely involved in everything because she's just like every other kid. And I'm very grateful for the parents that I have, because if they didn't push me to be who I am, I may not be standing up here in front of you today. Because society has other views on people with disabilities, right? And their perspectives are because of what people think, what people say, what media tells people, the stories of lives prior. And there's not a lot of people today with a disability that stand up and say, I'm going to do this, and you're going to watch me, and it's going to be okay. Because a lot of people have fear, right? So I went all the way through school. I had somebody who took care of me every day in class, and I got to my 11th grade year, and the person that takes care of me in class at school totally forgot about me. So I got to school the first day, and they were like, oh my gosh, Sarah, we totally forgot about the person that cares for you. You're on your own. I loved school. I went to school every single day, never skipped, never thought about skipping, did my homework while I was in school so I didn't have to do it afterward. Loved school. On the first day of 11th grade, I hated school because I didn't know how to be my own and how to be confident in myself. So I was very scared. So imagine going into class, having your hands tied behind your back, sitting at a table and going, okay, how do I get my books out of my bag? How do I reach the paper that the professor put on the opposite side of the desk upside down? How do I open the doors? How do I pull out chairs? What do I do? And so that was the turning point for me where I figured out that at some point, you have to figure out how to stand up for yourself no matter what happens, right? So this is where I started to figure out how you start believing in yourself by the words and the values that you live by. So I created 5 rules for myself. And these are my 5 rules that are going to build me to self-confidence. And I want you, by the end of this, to think about what your 5 rules are. Maybe you have 6, maybe you have 3. But what are you going to value this year for 2020 that's going to make you into a better person? So that's my goal today. So my first word for 2020. Next, oops, I forgot to put that in. Okay, my first word is to endure. Okay? From the dictionary, endure either means to suffer from something difficult patiently, or to just remain in existence and last. Okay? But endure to me means something different. Endure is an act of pushing through any experience. It can be easy or difficult, but coming out on the other side totally changed. So a good example for me is I decided that I was going to move away from home and I was going to go to a 4-year university just like all of my friends. I had never in my life thought that was possible, okay? My parents had taken care of me my whole entire life, and now mom couldn't follow me to college because I sure didn't want my mom living in my dorm room. That would be strange. And I had to be my own person. So there was trials and tribulations to get through, and I decided that I was going to have caregivers or nurses or whatever you want to call them come and take care of me every day. Well, that was its own trial and tribulation. So these people are strangers in the community who come to you for 12 hours a day and then another 12-hour shift after that, and they're supposed to take care of you. Well, I went through caregiver caregivers who came when they were on drugs, who came and stole a lot of things out of my room, who physically abused me while I was in college. I had caregivers who didn't show up, who left me in bed for hours and hours at a time because once I'm laid down, I can't get up. And it was to the point where I got very sick, I got very depressed, and I said, I can't do this. This isn't for me, I can't do this. And then I realized that it doesn't have to be for me, it has to be for the next person. I might have been the first person at the University of North Florida to be in a wheelchair, to live independently on campus, but I didn't want to be the last person. And I didn't want it to end before it was supposed to. So endure. Endure every single challenge that comes your way because you will come out changed. I came out with, I still have caregivers today. I still get frustrated with them because they don't brush my hair right, they don't put my makeup on straight, I look like a clown half the time. But I've grown patience, right? And I've learned to be accommodating to other people and been open to change. My second word for this year is affirm. How many of you have affirmations? Anybody? Anybody say affirmations? Anybody think it's weird to say affirmations? A lot of people do. Have you ever seen people who say your affirmations in front of the mirror and you're actually sitting in the mirror and you're like, I really want to tell myself this in front of the mirror? This is strange. Or people who have their affirmations in their car. Or if you go to my house, they're literally on everything. Kitchen cabinets, refrigerator, car, rearview mirror. I have to see them all the time, right? So to affirm is to state as fact or offer emotional support or an encouragement. So this is where self-doubt plays in. So how many of you have at least experienced one moment in your life where you've had some kind of self-doubt? All of us, right? There's a point in our lives where we go to do something and the little gremlins that Brene Brown talks about and Daring Greatly says, you can't do this. You're not made to do this, right? Mm-hmm. And I face this a lot. I'm currently facing those now because in 2 days, I'm going to put myself in a position where I'm the only one in a wheelchair out of 125 women. And I'm going to try and get a title for a state. I don't look like them. I don't walk like them. I don't model like them. I don't have the background they have. I don't have the body shape they have. And this goes through my head every single day. And it's getting worse the closer I get. And so when self-doubt happens, you have to have the strength to be able to talk yourself out of it, right?
Good.
So for my affirmations, just a few of them. I have a million. I probably have 35 of them on a piece of paper. I don't read them all the time, but certain ones apply in certain places. But start saying to yourself, even if you say it in your head, it works better if you say it out loud. But start small. So mine are, I am loved. I am beautifully and wonderfully made. I can do all things, and I create a positive change. Because each one of us has a gift that we bring, but if we aren't able to harness that gift because we let those little voices inside our head take over it, then we're missing out, right? Okay, next one. My next value is serve or service. So can I get a few volunteers to tell me what it means to serve? To you. Not to me, it's not, there's no right or wrong answer, right?
To sacrifice your personal time and give to others.
Perfect. Anybody else? Anybody want to add to it? Yeah.
To help others.
To help others? Okay, perfect. Anybody else? All right. So exactly. So to serve has multiple definitions, right? We can serve a God. We can serve a person. We can serve an organization. We can serve ourselves, honestly, depending on how you're looking at the word serve or service, but it's to help others, right? So through my journey here so far in my little 26 years of life, I've served a lot of organizations. And the reason why I serve is not for the feeling of, okay, yes, I want to be recognized because I served today and I did good. No. When you serve, doesn't it feel good when other people smile and other people are happy and other people are changed because of you? Service is so important. So there's a lot of organizations that I've served a part in. I figured I'd share a couple with you. So I currently work as a healthcare recruiter full-time. And so part of my service job while I'm there is on the side, we bring in Operation New Uniform. Has anybody heard of that organization? No. So these are veterans who come out of service who are looking to become citizens now and need a regular civilian job. But because they've been at combat or because they've been at war, it's hard for them to transition into something more mainstream here. So my job, since I'm already a recruiter, I already talk to people and interview people all day long, is we bring them in and we do interviews with them. That's a service that I've provided for them. So we mock interview with them, we get them excited about things. There's a lot of service opportunities you guys are doing in the next couple of weeks, if I read the agenda correctly, right? And each one of those organizations has a mission, a vision, and values. Just like I hope each one of you can leave here today with. So, Martin Luther King, one of my favorite people, says that to serve you, only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. So that leads into my next value. Love. Now, love has hundreds of definitions, right? Love can be a relationship, love can be for yourself, love can be a passion. Love can be defined in so many ways depending on the situation that you're put in. But love for me means to give all of who you are to a person or a passion to ultimately grow in a better direction than you would have grown on your own. So for love, a simple thing to show love to somebody is to smile more, to share laughter, and to share tears. Love is about being vulnerable. It's to speak up about how you're feeling. Speak up about a cause that you feel strongly about as well. And it's also something that you can lead with. So lead with love. And remember that it leads to your purpose. My last one is faith. Having faith in something bigger than yourself. Faith is unseen but felt. Faith is strength when we feel we have none. Faith is hope when all seems lost. And faith is putting trust in others and trust in yourself as well, right? So faith is very important to me. Not to get into it too much because I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable, but I just came and created that relationship with my God bigger than me. And without him, I don't know that I would be standing here today. Because when I was younger, my parents, especially my dad, would always say, if there was somebody bigger than you that created you, why would he create you so badly? Why would he create you so you couldn't do things? And so I believed it. And I said, yeah, why would he? Why would somebody do that? Why would somebody make me this way? And I can't do anything like anybody else can. I couldn't play on the playground like a little kid. I couldn't run, I couldn't jump, I couldn't be in dance class, I couldn't do any of that. And so I believed him for a very long time. And then I found myself again and I realized each one of us is different for a certain purpose, right? And the way I am today is the way I am because there's a purpose I serve for him that I can share with you that may affect you and may change your life. But if I was different than I am now, I wouldn't have the same impact. I wouldn't be able to do all the things I've done. So I'm grateful for who I am. I'm grateful that I'm in a wheelchair. It's the coolest 4 wheels I've ever gotten around on in my life. You don't go around on 4 wheels unless you're in a car. But I get to go around on 4 wheels every day, right? I get to use cool robotic arms. I get to make my chair relax like a bed just so I can chill out and I don't get yelled at work while I'm laying out. But you wouldn't. I'm just kidding. But there's things like that that we take for granted that you don't even realize are just so important. They're such important factors to life, right? So faith. Faith was my last one. Go ahead. I don't know what the next one said. Okay. So what are your 5? So finding your purpose is a journey. It's taken me quite a long time to figure out what exactly my purpose is here. I have a movement called Real Life Connections. It's huge on social media. It's on Facebook. It has an Instagram. We're on LinkedIn. We're everywhere. Not Snapchat. I can't hold the phone up to my face. That's another weird thing I can't do. But Real Life Connections is a movement where I'm looking to bridge the gap between those with a disability and those without and put us together in a community. Because every person in here has the potential to do something great. We just have to let society see and shift their perceptions, right? So with your purpose, there will be highs and lows. Of course, there are moments of confidence, there's moments of self-doubt. The supporters, there's non-supporters, all of these things play a factor. But these things are meant to fuel purpose daily. So sometimes we get caught up in the success of others, right? When you were younger, who was somebody you looked up to and you said, I want to be just like that person? Anybody? Come on. Johnny Depp, Jessica Biel, I'm not naming some random people, Jessica Alba, I don't know. Who was your person?
MacGyver.
Okay. Anybody else?
Okay.
That's so cool. Yeah, right? I want to be like that. Nancy Drew. I mean, come on.
Princess Leia.
Princess Leia? Yeah, with the two buns on the side of her head. Yeah, come on. You had to have. Who else?
Popeye.
Popeye? You eat a lot of spinach? Anybody else? Who about you? Anybody you looked up to you wanted to be like?
I don't know, maybe Bill Gates.
Bill Gates? Okay. He has a lot of money. I wouldn't mind being like him either, that's for sure. Right? Anybody else? Batman! Yes! Finally a superhero! Anybody else?
Cleopatra.
Cleopatra? Okay. Who?
I just told her to own it.
Oh, I thought you said something. I thought you said Owen. I'm like, who's that?
I'll help you with your eyeliner later.
Perfect! See, we can embody any of these people. So sometimes we get caught up in the success of others, that we stray from our path and we begin to follow their path. But guess what? It's not going to work. Because what drives you and what keeps you up all night and what you look forward to each day is your path. And it can't be written by anybody else. So those people are great role models, but don't forget that it's your life, it's your story, and you're the only one with the pen to write the next chapter. So, like I said, everybody grows up and wanting to be somebody famous, right? Wants to be just like somebody famous. But what happens when somebody grows up and they want to be just like you? What story are you going to leave? So my challenge to you in my not 30 minutes time, because that's it for me, is to come up with your 5 or 4 or 13 or 7 values that you plan to live by this year. Just this year. It's not a resolution. Just keep them somewhere. And when you're in a situation, you go, oh man, I can't do that because I need to do this first. I need to lead with love. Oh, there's that self-doubt. Let me go back through my affirmations again. Because it's something to keep you on track. So, again, my name is Sarah. I'm the creator of Real Life Connections. I'm out here challenging each one of you to change your perception about how you live each day in and out. And I really want to thank you so much for having me. And if all else, know that